Hey guys, welcome back to Sign Knowledge Transfer. Like this video and subscribe for the future updates. In this video, we are going to do the overview of the function of natural killer cells or NK cells. So what are NK cells or natural killer cells? NK cells are the lymphocytes similar to T cells or B cells. Normally, when people hear about lymphocytes, they either think of helper T cells or cytotoxic T cells, but NK cells or natural killer cells are also the same type of lymphocytes. Maybe we can call NK cells better than cytotoxic T cells because cytotoxic T cells are specific to certain attacks by pathogens. So that's why they come under adaptive immunity. The NK cells target large variety of cell types and that's why they come under innate immune system. NK cells are also called as immunological surveillance because they roam around our body and detect the defected cells. They kill them. So the question is, how do they detect the defective cells? So what according to NK cells are defective cells? The cells that are affected by bacteria or viruses may be regarded as defective cells. But how do they specifically attack these cells? So let us look at an example. Take a normal cell. When NK cells come in contact with this normal cell, NK cells normally have two receptors. One is activation receptor and the other one is inhibitor receptor. The activation receptor attaches to the outer protein of the normal or target cell and sends cytotoxic signals inside. Whereas the other receptor, that is inhibitory receptor, attaches to the MHC class 1 molecule that is present on the outer surface of the normal cell. If you don't know what are MHC class molecules, then please do look at my other video. I will put the link in the description. Please do watch that one first. So if the inhibitory receptor recognizes the self MHC1 molecules, then this send up the signal that acts against the activation receptor signals. So basically if it's a normal cell, then you can think like this: the inhibition outweighs the activation. So the natural killer cells do not kill these normal cells. But what happens when NK cells do find the bacterial cells or the cells infected with viruses? So basically the bacterial cells do not have MHC molecules. So the question of inhibition never arises. So the NK cells directly kill these bacteria as they don't have any MHC molecules on them. So what if a normal cell in a human body is infected with a virus? These cells do produce the MHC molecules, but how do NK cells recognize these virus infected cells and kill them? So let us look at that. When a normal cell is infected with a virus, they do not produce the normal MHC proteins. So when NK cells come in contact with these virus infected cells, the activation receptor produces a signal, and when inhibitory receptor comes in contact with MHC class 1 receptors, the proteins on them is not the same. So that is how NK cells recognizes the virus infected cells. So basically this happens when NK cells comes in contact with virus infected cells. The activation receptor binds to the protein of that virus infected cell and produces signal. But the inhibitory receptor binds with the MHC class 1 molecules and do not produce the cytotoxic signals. And that's how the NK cells comes to know that the cell is defective. So until now, we have learned how NK cells recognizes the defective cells. Let us understand how NK cells kill those cells. When NK cells comes in contact with the defective cell, they produce activation signals. So these signals initiates the release of perforin proteins from NK cells. So what does these perforin proteins do? These perforin protein make a hole inside the target cell. So these perforin proteins make a way for granzymes. These are the enzymes produced by NK cells These granzymes go through the target cell and initiates or activates caspases. Caspases are the normal part of eukaryotes. Basically, the thing is this: the perforin protein makes hole in target cells and granzymes enter the target cell through these holes and activates caspases. So what does caspases do? Caspases initiates apoptosis. So caspases are also called apoptotic enzymes. So these caspases finally kill those defective cells. So remember this, the NK cells and cytotoxic T cells are the same. They both use the perforin pathway for apoptosis. But the difference is cytotoxic T cells is specific to certain pathogens, and that's why they come under adaptive immunity, whereas NK cells target large variety of cells, and that's why they come under innate immunity. Please do like this video and subscribe for the future updates on the similar topics. Thank you.